Anyways, Moravida, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Ann-Adeva and I am black. Today we're going to do a special video. It's not going to be like a joke video. We're actually going to talk nice things, but
with the little jokes in it.
Yeah, with the little jokes. So this is my friend Lazinho.
Hi guys.
I felt like we should do a bit of icebreakers before we actually start talking, so that we just ease into the conversation.
All right.
The first question is, where did we meet? This year, about different stories. If you even remember.
I do,
because I remember the exact time we met.
We met in front of Imona.
Yes.
And oh my gosh, this actually brings up all the memories. Crazy. So we met at Imona, and I think it was registration 2017.
Yes, and he
January
just
something, fresh from the box, and we met through one of our common friends.
Exactly.
Who we were waiting for you actually, and then we met you and we walked all the way to main campus and we were just chilling, and the rest is history.
Yeah. And then we stayed in a friend group. Actually, we were a lot in that group. Yeah. And then with time, we just ended up talking on our own, and now we're here. And then we had lockdown. Oh my gosh, lockdown was crazy. I feel like lockdown tested so many friendships because I didn't talk to so many people during the lockdown period, and then after I started again, but it was like,
True.
New people, new me. What are 3 things you like about me?
Your personality, number 1. I think from day one I fell in love with your personality. Like, you're so open, you're so bubbly, you're so always yourself. And if I have to look back, I think from day one until now, you've always just been this. You had the same personality. I love how friendly you are, and how straightforward you are. Like, she'll tell you. Sorry, she'll tell you like, guys, this. Why is she looking at me?
Like,
hello, ma'am, move. And you're also very beautiful. Like, I really like that.
Thank you so much.
Just
I
so
actually
pretty.
feel like the whole thing of telling people how I feel now. I just feel like I'm someone, I don't want to harbor feelings inside.
Yeah.
Like, I never want to harbor a negative feeling inside and just go home with it. I'd rather squash everything now and then I move on with my day than like have a bad thing and then I'm just holding on to these feelings like forever. And that's why I'm always like, I'm gonna say what's wrong. If I don't like something, I'm gonna say it right there, so it can be done and I can move on and you can move on.
And it gives you peace, right?
Yes, immediately. Like, that's why I'm so happy all the time. Because I'm always saying when I'm unhappy, I'll always say like, I don't really like this. I learned though with time like to say it in a nicer way, so that the other person can take it like as constructive criticism instead of like an argument and then boom, we separate.
Crazy. But definitely love that.
The things that I like about you, I will say genuinely, like, you're a very dedicated person. Like, you're one of the people that I'm like, wow, he's like, you will say I'm gonna do this thing and you're gonna do it. Like, no matter what, things like, literally, if Lazinho says I'm gonna build a house and the house catches on fire like 3 times while he was building the house, he's gonna rebuild it until it's done. Like, I really like that about you. And I also like that you're very like a welcoming person. Like, it doesn't matter what I say to you, you're always gonna like listen and be like, okay, I understand, no, I don't feel bad about it. Like, you're very like a welcoming person. Like, I don't have to like be a different person to be a friend or like try to be cool, or you're just like, you accept people for the way they are. I think that's like really nice, because even when we meet strangers, they also feel that same instant like they want to get so close to you because you're like so like warm, you're like, come to me. You really are, you're a really warm person, and you're also very wise. Like, you're very wise. Like, you see so far into the future. Like, you always see this big picture. Like, even when I would tell you like problems I'm having, you'd be like, tell me these are small things.
And literally,
like, think about this. You'll be like, you're worried about your apartment, girl. Think about the mansion. Like, think about the big picture. Like, you're really like, and I also learned that from you, like, to stop fixating on like the small details and like see how things contribute to the big picture. Because you're always like very like, you think like 10 years ahead, and I'm still thinking about tomorrow, like,
And this is advice for everyone, guys. Like, no matter whatever you're going through, like,
advice for you guys. No matter what you are going through, no matter what the circumstance,
of course, it might feel like you're stuck somewhere right now, but always view that with the big picture in mind and see how that fits into the big picture,
Yeah.
Bitch, you think it's small. We need to be thinking big. You need to be thinking big, bitch.
Because also something that I was saying, like when you came, I was feeling like you being here, for example, like you went through a lot to be here, and you're studying something really difficult. Like a lot of people don't make it this far who study this, and I feel like you being like consistent and working hard and being here is like a result of your inner work. And I feel like in the little phase when you have to do the work on the inside, it feels really like you're stagnant. It really feels like you're not going anywhere. You're reading all these books, you're journaling, you're talking to God, but you're not like physically seeing anything change in your life. But it's like a little phase that you just have to put up with, because once things start happening, you have to be ready, because things are gonna keep happening. Like I'm telling you, like the good things are gonna happen so fast, and you have to be ready to receive them. And I feel like that's why I would say it's fine if life is hard sometimes. Like it's fine, even if you think about the big picture, really. Like think about, where am I gonna go? Is this little loneliness just for now, or is it like it's
The fight. It's about the size of the fight in the dog.
And with you, like how do you stay consistent? Like how do you keep going to your goals?
I think that's a very difficult thing to answer, and I think I don't have like a specific one-way answer to it. For
or like
me,
what are
my
the
constant
skills or like the tools you feel like?
My constant reminders is always like where I'll end up, you know, and that life is always preparing me for whatever I am going to be, where I'm going to be. And I think when I look back at my life and where the consistency actually comes from is basically just knowing, having a vision in my head of what I want to be, where I want to be, and how I see myself. I think that constantly pushes me to just get up and do it.
Because you keep seeing like the results.
But it's not like a consistently consistent thing, you know, if you get what I mean. Like it's not always that I am consistent or I get things done. Sometimes it takes a lot of procrastination, but even in the procrastination, I pick myself up and I'm like, bruh, come on, this is not you.
I feel that, because I also realize like sometimes it's also about, like for you, I don't know, like I also said this on my channel before, that I envision things, like I see a picture in my mind of where I want to be, whether it be like academically or whatever. I have a picture, like I'll probably do an assignment and I have this 80% in my head, and everything that I'm doing it towards this 80% that I have in my head. So I'm trying to like bring this 80% to life. And I feel like if you don't, you have to kind of have that vision and keep thinking like, I'm gonna get there. Because sometimes the delusion, like it really pushes you forward. Like just
the delusion is what you guys
like
need.
just imagine like, I'm really gonna have that 80%, guys. I'm really gonna have that apartment. I'm really gonna have that car. Like you just keep imagining, I'm really gonna travel to this country. Like you just keep, like I always had a dream of coming to Germany.
Yeah, same.
I always had that dream because in my family, a lot of people had studied abroad and they used to speak German when we were growing up. So I was like, wow, this is so cool. Like my family, like they speak German amongst each other. So when I grow up, like I want to also go to Germany and I also want to like talk with them in German and stuff, you know? So I was like, how am I gonna get there? I didn't know how I was gonna get there, but eventually, like when the opportunity presented itself, I was like, wow, like this dream that I had in my brain is like now really coming.
And now look at you.
It's crazy.
A few years later in Germany.
And now I have a friend of mine in Germany. Imagine, my friend is also in my dream.
And I'm here to stay, guys.
Literally. So like with your story, I feel like, how do you choose people in your circle, like to say these are my squad, like these are people that I'm gonna, gonna keep around, even new people? If you ever like meet new people, what do you look for?
That's a very interesting question. You know.
Thank you for your question. I appreciate your curiosity. Keep being curious. Keep asking questions. That's so important.
I think a lot of it goes into self-reflection. I know the person that I am. I know the boundaries that I have for myself. I know what I will allow and I know what I won't allow. And I also know the type of person that I want to be. And so with regards to choosing friends and which friends I want to keep in contact with and which friends I'm staying close to, I think majority of it is just who fits into the vision that I have, not for myself but even for themselves, you know. I'm all about growth and development. And I always say this to all my friends and my family and those people that are in my life. Like, if you don't want to grow, and if you don't want to develop, and if you don't want to be a better person for yourself
even
and those
in your own
around,
way,
you understand? Then what's the point of me being there? Because for me, it's like I'm in a constant move of growing and developing and becoming a better version of myself and doing everything that I've done better, you know? And I think, you know, a lot of times you find people that are stagnant in the same spot, and it's like they don't really move. They are very comfortable with where they are, and they don't really see a bigger vision for themselves. And I think those are the people that I tend to avoid, even though my presence sometimes makes them feel comfortable. I avoid them because if you don't dream, you won't see the world in a view that other people do, you know?
I feel that. And I also feel like, because I'm also that kind of person, like I'm always hardworking, I'm always developing myself, it's hard to be with someone who doesn't want to do the same thing, because then it's like, for example, now I'm trying to be a content creator, right? And I have like friends who also probably do the same thing. So then I'll tell my friends like, hey, let's do this 100-day TikTok challenge. And then I'm like going, it's probably day 20. My other friend is just like, yeah, bro, I'll start. I just like constantly dreaming, like saying they're going to do something, but the actions, when there's an opportunity to act on this dream, you're not doing it. For me, it's also like, that's where I stop being friends with people, and it's very hard to, I don't know how to say this, like it's very hard for other people also to understand, like, okay, I'm not really as hardworking as her, I'm not really as, but I think people take it as like you think you're better than them or something, but it's very hard, like if you're someone who's always working on something, to surround yourself with people who are not working on anything at all.
That's very true.
Like it's really exhausting. It's difficult. And when like now I'm trying to also make new friends because I live in a different country, you know. All my friends are back home. Like almost all my friends are in Namibia.
And how many of them are you still in contact with?
I would say 7 of them.
Okay.
Like at my dinner we were all there.
Yeah.
The last dinner I had before I came back, we were all there. Where were you? You were in the village there. Oh, so that's why you couldn't be there. But like those friends of mine, I'm still in contact with them. They are like professionals in their own world, you know, going forward in their own things. Like, because here I feel like people are so comfortable because they don't realize the privilege that they have living in a country like this. So it's very hard to like
really
to tell people that live in privilege to work hard and to like be consistent and chase for big things, because life here is so comfortable.
It is.
Like it's so comfortable, even if you're not doing anything, you're so comfortable. You don't have so many obstacles like we do in your daily life. Like your life is so easy. Like yesterday we had dinner and I cleaned the kitchen afterwards, and then I just quickly vacuumed the kitchen and back home it would be like I have to sweep and then I have to mop and I have to hand wash the dishes. So it's a whole like hour, 2 hours of me just cleaning up the kitchen. And here it was just like load the dishwasher, vacuum, done, let's go watch a movie.
And majority of the homes here in Germany that I've noticed is that they have that system, dishwashers, easy to clean. Efficiency is such a high thing here abroad. And like coming from Namibia, it's like
it's a privilege, honestly.
We are so behind, guys.
And we don't even like people here who are from here, they don't understand how much of a privilege it is.
That's really
like even with my husband in my old apartment, I didn't have a microwave. I used to just warm my food up on the stove because I'm used to that, you know. Even though we do have a microwave in Namibia, but if we don't have it, it's not the end of the world. So for him, he was just like, this girl is living in poverty, like she doesn't have a microwave.
What is this, honey?
But it's like these people are so comfortable in the Western, like I don't know, the Western world. Like he just everything is luxury for me, but for him it's like this is just
basic.
Yeah, basic. This is how
first world countries, guys.
First world problems. Even when you make new friends, like we were talking about this the other day. How do you communicate your expectations to your new friends? Like, do you communicate at all to say like, this is what I want from the friendship, or do you just communicate as time goes?
I'm a very honest person, and I think I use my honesty to also evaluate people first. And I think as I get to know people, I first see them, who they are and their intentions, like whether you really want to be a friend, whether you just want someone for the look good part, or whether you want someone for comfort, you know. And based on all of these observations that I make from people, that's as time goes on, then I will start telling them, okay, listen, like I see that you're a serious person. This is me. I'm a medical student. I have this vision for myself. I'm going to be a heart surgeon. I'm going to be this. I'm going to do this. And so all of this basically like involves me being a serious person on a regular basis, you know. And it involves me growing. It involves me evolving as a human being, you know, in all aspects of my life. And I always communicate. Like, I think communication for me is a very big thing, and not like how people back home would be like, no, I like guys who communicate and what. Guys, communicate.
No, really, because
if you don't like something, say it. If you don't feel comfortable with something, say it. I think friendships that develop in that way, where you can express yourself and be open and comfortable with, those are the people that you need to have around you.
I think also, like, you have to also be friends with someone who's receptive of your communication. Because people always say, like, yeah, I want to communicate. But when I'm telling you a problem I have with you, you are not, like, accepting what I'm saying. You're, like, trying to gaslight me, or trying to, like, turn the situation around or whatever, or trying to defend yourself. This is the hardest part. Always trying to communicate with people whose first response is to defend themselves. Like, I had this friend of mine who had another problem with another friend of hers. And, like, I think you're also the same. You're very, like, independent like me. We don't really confide in people and things. Like, we just figure things out on our own. Like, it's like, it's not easy for us to talk to people about what we're going through. But also because we feel like we'll just work it out. Like, we'll fix it ourselves. It'll be over. It's fine. So defending yourself doesn't really make the situation better. It just makes the other person feel like whatever they're feeling is wrong. And people are not really wrong for having their feelings.
True.
They could probably be wrong in their perception, because everyone sees a situation differently. Like, everyone sees everything in a different way. Even if we both witness the same car accident, I'm telling a different story about what I saw. He's telling a different story about what he saw, because he's seeing things in his own way and I'm seeing things in my own way. So it's not going to be exactly the same when we talk about what happened. Like, what are the 3 things you would say you're looking for in anyone in your life? Like, what is something you're like, this, and this?
Consistency. I think
Consistency
that's number 1.
in what way, though? Because I hear this word a lot.
Consistency in just in general, like in the person that you are. Like, you know, you have people that would be nice to you like for a month, 2 months, 3 months, and then all of a sudden they become like this bad person. For me, it's like I really don't like it when people put up a front, you know, to try to attract you and all of this. That's cool, you know. When you want to date, that's cool because you really want this person to like you and all of that. But even in dating, personally, I always look for the cracks so that I can fall in love in between the cracks, as opposed to falling in love with what I see. And same with friends and everyone else. It's really just, if you are mad, are you able to return back to that person that I met? You know, are you able to
or you're
have
gonna
like,
start treating it differently because
exactly,
you're fall out.
you know,
Understand.
like just that consistency of being the person that you are. Like, situations shouldn't change you, demeanor shouldn't change you. It should also not change how you interact with people. You say communication as well, like being able to express yourself without feeling intimidated, also without feeling like you have to justify yourself all the time. Like, if you don't like something or you don't want to go somewhere, just say, okay, I really don't want to go right now. I don't feel comfortable, or this is how I feel, this is what's going on. And that's okay. That should be okay, you know. It's okay for me. I love people that are honest and communicate whatever it is that they have. And then thirdly, I think have a good heart. And that is like an umbrella term for basically being a good person, but have a good heart. Like, don't be disrespectful, don't be rude, don't be arrogant, don't be mean, you know.
Be nice.
Be nice.
Like, now being friends is more like about aesthetics, like doing things, taking pictures together, you know, content. It's not really about like being there for each other and connecting and bonding. Like, when I was growing up, my parents had friends that I literally considered like my aunties and my uncles, because they were so involved in my parents' lives that in some way they ended up being involved in my own life. Like, if my mom's friends didn't come, I'd be like, oh, where's this auntie? I haven't seen her in a long time. When I'm married, are you gonna come help us at the wedding to run things and whatever? At the ceremony. At the ceremony, are you like gonna, you know, are you gonna be someone I can rely on at the end of the day? Because it's nice to have friends, to have, like, take pictures with, go to their birthday dinners, but I think like friendship should be more than that.
It should be intimate.
Yeah.
It should be like a real intimate experience.
It should be a relationship for me, I feel like.
Yeah, it is a form of relationship.
Right? And I feel a lot of times people are not willing to like act accordingly. They want to be your friend, but only when it's time to go out somewhere, only when it's time to go to the club, only when it's time to go to an event. But I feel like if you're my friend, you should also want to be there to FaceTime me on the boring Sundays, you know, where you're not doing anything, I'm not doing anything, and we just talk.
Yeah. Like, just because we don't talk for a certain amount of time doesn't mean that we're not friends. You know, people are so busy. People are busy. People have
Someone
lives.
actually stopped being my friend because I didn't reply for 7 days. And it's not that I didn't
No
reply.
offense.
It's not
Let's
like
grow up.
I opened the message and didn't reply for 7 days. I was not on WhatsApp for 7 days.
But even if you're on WhatsApp, you know,
I was not chatting on WhatsApp. And also, like for me, I'm in my academic WhatsApp groups.
Yeah.
So even when I'm online,
yeah.
most of the times I'm probably in the WhatsApp group with my fellow students.
And sometimes you also just don't want to talk to people. Like when you grow up, you realize that life becomes so hectic with all of your responsibilities and all of the things that you need to do. I feel like we need to give each other credit where it's due and give people their flowers. Like if you really deserve to rest and you don't feel like interacting with people for a certain time, it's okay. If you are detoxing and the person didn't even communicate that, it's okay. If they respond after 10 days, it's really fine. Like at least that response would be a meaningful one, as opposed to, you know, you just get short of answers. Like later on this person becomes angry at you because now your answers are come out weird. And
I just feel like chatting and whatever, I just feel like it's such a time waste, and I have so many things to do, like cleaning, cooking, taking care of myself, even spending time alone. Like I recently discovered that like spending time alone and being on Instagram is not really a form of spending time alone, because you're on Instagram, you're interacting with other people, so you still take from your social battery being on social media. It's still an exhausting experience. Yeah, so it's like if I decide I want to be on my own, I can't be replying to 20 messages if I want some time for myself, you know. Like if I just want to take a bath and watch like a video on YouTube and just like write in my journal, I feel like I should be allowed to do that even though I'm your friend.
girl, you're in Germany.
How is it actually? Yeah, let me ask you. Because people always ask me like, how do you feel in Germany? Like, how does it feel being in Germany? Honestly, maybe because I've been in another European country before, I don't have those fresh Europe feelings, you know? Like when I went to Finland, I would say genuinely there. I think also because Finland is organized, the word. Yeah, it's more advanced and it's more organized than Germany. So there everything was like wow, OMG, you know? Because everything there is like so smooth and organized, and the culture there is not so in a rush and fast like in Germany. Like people are very slow and easygoing, and here I feel like everything is so boom boom boom, like super fast.
It's okay for Europe, like for my first European experience. I think it's beautiful. I think coming from a third world country where everything is like tate.
True.
You know, it's
true. It feels like everyone is like, you're kind of feel like you're always in your house somehow.
Yeah.
Because everyone is your elder and everyone is like your.
To come into a place where everything is functional, you know, to come into a place where you have options, like a variety of ways of doing things, like the efficiency that we spoke about, you know, how everything is so efficient, how you go to a grocery market and you just like stand there for minutes looking at the options because you're like, what the hell,
They have
bruh?
like 30 flavors of chips with like from 10 brands, and it's just, yeah. And
It's
the wines
crazy.
are like 2 shells. It's a lot. I think also, I would say for me, what really stood out was how easy it is to get around.
True.
Like there was something that was like, whoa, okay, it's gonna take me an hour to get here. Like when I used to live, when I came here first, I lived in a city close to Frankfurt, and it was like 20 minutes on the train to Frankfurt. So I could go with the train 20 minutes, shop, come back.
And that's the thing, you know, with the transportation system here in Germany. I feel like comparing this to Namibia, oh my gosh, bruh, come
Real.
on.
When you
I can
take a
literally-
Yahoo everywhere. I feel like that exhausts so much. It takes so much time away from your day. Like even when I went back home, and when I looked at my bank statement, because I connected my F&B card to my Yango app, my bank statement was like
Yango,
one page, just
Yango,
Yango. And I was like, wow, because you can't just walk everywhere.
Not
like
putting
here.
Yango out of business,
No,
though.
love the
You guys
Yango.
are doing good. You guys
Love
are
me
doing
some
good.
Yango. But you know, like you have to, like here, when we, for example, when we went to Cologne, we took the train once and then we walked around everywhere. We just took the tram to the mall, and then from there we took the train back to the train station. But in the whole of Cologne, we were just walking for the most part. And in Namibia, you can't really do that. You can't walk like from Grove to Marwa Mall.
Are you mad?
It's not gonna work.
Are you mad?
So you have to take like a Yango from here to there to there to there, and it takes time, you know. You have to request it, you have to drive. It's like,
and it's just a lot of spending. I think so here in Deutschland they have like the system, the ticket, Deutschland ticket, right, where you get a ticket that basically gives you like transportation services where you can take bus and normal ordinary trains that can take you literally anywhere within Deutschland. And I think this is the most convenient form of traveling because you can go from one town to another unlimited amount of times per month, and it costs like what, 58 euros
per month. And if like for me, I have a university one, so it's subsidized from the university.
Really?
We only pay 20 or 30 euros.
Crazy.
It's
crazy.
It's really nice.
And it's I feel like that's the best system.
So what did you think about the people, like when you came here? Like when I was in Finland, oh my god, I was from, where did I grow up? I grew up in Windhoek. So in Windhoek, like even though we don't all know each other, we are all very like connected and we're very friendly. So like everywhere we go, we greet each other and stuff. So when I went to Finland, I remember I used to greet people like the first 2 weeks. Oh, this is so cringe. Those first 2 weeks, I used to greet every person. Like I would get on the train and I would like be like, I would be like, good morning, and it was like people would be like, what is wrong with her? Like, what is going on? Is she mentally ill? Like, because you know there are some mentally ill people that talk to people on public transport and stuff. So they would be looking at me like, is she mentally ill or what is going on? Like, why is she saying hi to us?
You have people that are good, and I would like to say that some Germans are friendly, like majority of them are friendly. But then you always bump, and I really say always bump into those people where you're like, hello, wie geht's? You want to ask a question, but you can't just be like, was ist das, you know?
Yeah, you have to obviously.
So we get it, and they're like, good. I'm like,
get to the point.
Can you relax?
Yes.
I want to first ask you if you're nice. Maybe you're not having a good day and I can cheer you up. But like for instance, this incident that we have, like where the guy came to us, like I was just living my life, guys, a happy boy, jumping around because I saw beautiful things, and this guy came and he stopped me and he was like, where are you from? You seem like so happy. You're so different from everyone else. And I was like, wow.
And he was like, everyone here is so sad. Like, look at them.
I'm like literally pointing at them. I said it's controversial because also the season that I came in is quite a sad season. Like winter is crazy here.
Take your vitamin D.
Oh my gosh. True.
Yeah, you should. Because you will really avoid seasonal depression for the most part if you stock up on your vitamin D.
That's
and
very
your
true.
vitamins that you get from the sun.
I'm also very lucky that I haven't received any racism so far. But we did. In a very harsh way. Like, I nearly walked up to that man and be like, hello. Was this my dear? You know?
What are some of the things that you're going to keep in mind?
That it's easy to travel.
Yeah.
Like, don't let money be the reason why you put dreams on hold and not dream as big as you want to.
You said, nah, just dream, God is gonna pay the bill.
Period. I also had that thought, like, going to Germany is gonna be so expensive. So why would I even want to have that thought,
Yeah,
but
like why bother?
Like, but people kept on pushing and requesting for things and asking like, okay, so how far are you with the process and stuff like that?
Did you make your passport?
Dream big, right? Dream as far as you can. Dream even if it's going to America, going to New York City. Have that dream. If the need be, put it on a vision board. Even the Bible speaks about it, bruh. If you need reference, it's Habakkuk 2, verse 2 to 3.
That's so funny. That's my birthday verse that I got from my friend.
Really?
Yes.
That's make it plain on tablets. Write it out. Put the vision down. The Lord is with you, guys.
It's a different way of life. Like, not every success is not the same for everyone. Like in Namibia, I feel like my success was heavily dependent on like academics and studying something that's going to make a lot of money and then going into that field to make a lot of money. But there's like many ways that you can be successful, and there's many ways that you can like make a life for yourself. It doesn't have to just be you going to school, you
That's
getting a
very
job
true.
after that. There's many ways you can make an income for yourself.
Are you listening?
Come closer.
A little more. That dream that you have, go for it. That vision that you see yourself in, that is so wild, that is so inspiring, that feels like it's gonna put you on top of the mountain, go for it. That bucket list that you have, write it down.
Tick the things off.
Yes, tick the things off. That's number one, write it down. Number two is always believe. In your mind, speak it out as if it's going to happen, and it will happen. And number three, if you think I'm lying, look at where I am.
When you are making your plans, if it's not going exactly according to plan, don't be scared to change the plan. Change the plan, not the goal. Okay? So if you want to go to China, just change the plan. If you can't go straight to China, try to do a layover and get to China. So just keep on changing the plans, because there's a reason. I always tell my friends that there's a reason why God put that in your heart. There's a reason why you have it in your heart as well. So it's not like you're dreaming that for the vibes or just for fun. But it's for a purpose. So try to find that purpose in you so that it can materialize in life. Yeah, that's all from me. Thank you so much for watching. Do you want to say anything else?
Yes.
Like, share, comment.
Can I please say, I've been watching her videos so many days, so many times. Hi, my name is Ann-Adeva and I'm black.
Yeah,
Thank
so
you.
don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Share this video to someone. It doesn't cost you anything. It's free. Thank you so much for watching.
On to the next.
Bye.